Meteorologist Eric Burris here in the Weather Center today, hopping on and chatting a little bit about the forecast scenario that's playing out. An active afternoon starting to play out in Central Florida. Here's a live look at our Tower Cam network where just had a nice little downpour move through the area, and no doubt we are going to see plenty of activity the next few hours' time. Let's just kind of see where we're at right now. Severe thunderstorm watch posted from about Orlando northbound through Central Florida until 10 o'clock tonight. The reason for that? Because we've got the dynamics kind of playing out atmospherically to see some strong to severe storms. That said, who's under the greatest threat? Let's take a look at the severe breakdown highlighted in yellow here. A level 2 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms, mainly Orlando off toward the east. But that's going to be the kind of corridor that we'll have to watch. When we break down the threats for us tonight, we're thinking the biggest concern is going to be gusty winds and very heavy rainfall. There is also the threat to see some isolated flooding, localized hail, and even a pop-up tornado. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. This is going to be a scenario that we'll have to watch very closely these next few hours' time. Let's do this. Let's get right over to first warning live Doppler radar and see what's doing. Okay, we've got the highlight there just to give you an idea of the severe thunderstorm watch. Let's come into the metro where we're watching some heavier downpours right now moving through Rock Springs, Apopka, Sweetwater, getting up toward Lake Mary area. Okay, if you live in those areas, thankfully there's nothing severe, but I do want to point out here, just by looking at this map, one thing that's standing out to me is right in there. You see that line there? That is the East Coast sea breeze, okay? When the East Coast sea breeze meets up with these showers and these thunder showers, where odds are going to end up with some nastier storms. So let's zoom in here and just kind of see where the heaviest rain is right now around Apopka, Sorrento. You can kind of see it's working up to 46 there. Light rain now in Heathrow, but this is going to eventually wander in your direction. Further to the south around Winter Park, downtown Orlando, very heavy rainfall. When we look at our velocity channel of the radar, happy to say that nothing is overwhelmingly impressive, so that's good news, but there is a decent amount of energy in the atmosphere. And again, once we get, and let me just lapse this here, once we get this cluster of storms colliding with this sea breeze boundary, to me, that's going to be the danger Will Robinson moment, for lack of a better term, okay? So Tony's watching it. He was just doing an update on WESH 2, and certainly we're covering all of our bases, whether it's on our digital platforms or whether it's on our television platform. We are here for you. Up into Marion County, nothing too bad, but over the next few hours' time, just take a look at the next few hours on our planner forecast, okay? And you'll notice now through 10 o'clock, we've got those alert icons. That's because that's the window to see the strong to severe storms. The window of activity has not changed at all. This is what we have been saying the entire timeline here. So certainly that is a concern. Over the next few hours' time. Then for tonight, it just kind of turns to showers. Who has the highest coverage of rainfall? This is a look, okay? Updated rain chances across Central Florida, and it's, again, that Orlando off to the east window, okay? So that's where we're at. Questions, comments, concerns? What does a severe thunderstorm watch mean? Think of it, there's that silly meme, right? A watch means you've got the supplies ready to make the tacos. A warning means we're making tacos. So severe thunderstorm watch means that the ingredients are there to see storms developing and becoming relatively strong. A severe thunderstorm warning means that it's actually happening. So good news for right now. We've only had that one area in the metro area that got a little feisty, winds of 40 miles an hour and pea-sized hail. But looking at the overall risk for today, and this kind of is a graphical way to show, Level 1 risk for tornadoes, Orlando, north and east. Level 2 risk in our eastern areas, scattered. Just had a funnel cloud reported up in Coffee County up there in Georgia. That's fun. Level 2 risk of scattered areas of damaging winds and even some small hail. So those are kind of the graphical representations of what to expect here this afternoon and tonight. Okay, I want to make sure everybody is on the same page here. The good news on the timing is that by bedtime tonight, we'll be good. Things are going to be quieting down. It's just these next few hours that are going to get a little feisty. And in addition to the storms just impacting us in terms of rain, we're also starting to see some delays over at Orlando International Airport. 52 delayed flights, 10 canceled flights. The FAA now saying that due to thunderstorms, the delays are running 45 minutes at Orlando International Airport. So things are definitely starting to play out as one would expect on a fairly active weather day. Here's a look at the radar again. The area, at least that we're watching for now, is that cluster of stormy weather on the north side of the metro. If you live in Sanford, Deltona, Lake Helen, DeLand, as this line of stormy weather collides with that thin line, that's the sea breeze, as those two get together, to me, we're going to see a pretty good uptick in stormy weather in the next few minutes' time, okay? All right. Ellis, for those who are going to see Taylor Swift tonight in Tampa, you should be fine. Yeah, all of this is moving in, so that's the good news, okay? All right. Denise says, just heard thunder in Longwood. Absolutely. There you are, indeed. Let's see here. Everybody's saying good afternoon. Just want to make sure we're good. Shauna says, my husband is just flying out of Sanford right now. Good. Get out before those storms move through for sure. That's the good news. Let's take a look real fast. I just want to look and make sure that nothing's, before I let you go. Yeah, there's some good gusty winds. Now, I do want to look. This is kind of an interesting little, this is our live radar. It looks like that storm kind of just collapsing down a little bit. It had an interesting little signature there for a second, right in there, around Zellwood, around 324. But it's just kind of, it looks like it's dropping down a little bit. And if we look at the overall intensities on this is from our live radar, it looks like the intensities are starting to come down. So that is certainly the good news. In terms of hail, yeah, not overly concerned about that. So that's the good news, okay? Very heavy rainfall back over to Winter Park in Orlando, and it looks like a little bit of an outflow boundary. So Wedgefield, Bithlow, the outflow boundary combining with the sea breezes. Yeah, it's going to be getting active these next couple of hours. So now through about 9, 10 o'clock, that's where we're watching that threat for strong to severe storms. Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi and myself will have live team coverage on WESH 2 News this evening. All right? All right. In the meantime, be the sunshine in someone else's day. We'll see y'all later. Bye.